AITA for asking my dad why he thinks his drugs are more important than mine. I'm 17F. I have a heart condition that requires medication that isn't cheap. It's just me and my dad at home. And my dad earns well. The bills are always paid. I have what I need, but he's got an expensive drug habit. Usually, he makes sure my meds are got first, but I guess this month he forgot. I asked him yesterday how he was going to get my medication after realizing how overboard he went. And he said he didn't know and that it was time I figured it out. I reminded him I'm 17. With no job and this could turn into a life or death thing fast. He repeated that it's time for me to find a way. This went back and forth for a while. Eventually I could see the guilt in his face and I snapped, "So why in the name of God do you think your drugs are more important than mine? Do you just not give a fuck whether I live or die at this point?" I felt really bad about this. So I left to stay with a friend. My dad texted me RHIS morning and apologized for the way he's acted and the problem he caused, but he said I'm an asshole for the things I said to him last night. He thinks I should have been more considerate towards his issues and not think so selfishly. Am I the asshole? NTA. As a minor, and if these are life-saving drugs, I would suggest contacting the manufacturer, explaining your circumstances, and see if they offer any discounts. It's a little-known fact, but most do. NTA. You simply stated the obvious. The way you describe it. Your dad's drugs aren't required to save his life, right? Because he went overboard, it comes off that way. 17 is still a minor and your parent shouldn't treat you like you're an independent adult. Hell, I'm in my 40s and if I needed life-saving drugs my dad would still buy them for me. NTA. Updated with more info. Your dad is an addict and is using over trying to take care of your needs. If you have a mom or someone else you can live with, I would look at my options. Last thing you need to do is enable his drug addiction. Sorry to ask, but what type of drugs does he take? Medically necessary or recreational? Borderline illegal? NTA. However, how do you stay safe? Your doctor may know how to get free or lower cost meds to you. But then he may file a child neglect report. I wish I could promise that if state services got involved he would be forced into rehab. But this is a thorny problem. NTA. But please do put all your energy into finding a backup way to get your pills in a new place to live. You shouldn't have to find a way to get your own pills. But sadly your father has shown where your life-saving pills are on his priority list. Maybe your doctor can offer you a cheaper alternative. Or a manageable payment option? Perhaps your friend's parents would let you stay there until you're 18? If you're in the UK, under 18 and have a lifelong condition for which you need medication such as diabetes or a heart condition, then you would be exempt from paying. Same if you were in receipt of benefits and unable to work or on a low income. NTA. His issue is that he's an addict. He is feeding his addiction potentially at the cost of your life. And most definitely at the cost of your trust. You were well within your rights to call him out. And you should continue to do so. As for your meds, is it possible to talk to your mother or any other family members for support? NTA. And oh my goodness. Are you sure you can be living with him? Do you have a place to stay aside from the house when he's using? What if something happened to you when he was high? He's your dad. You're 17. How does he expect a minor with a chronic condition to work in this pandemic? On short notice? That's so irresponsible. Gosh, I hope you're doing okay and you have enough. What the actual F# and dollar? No. You're absolutely NTA. You're only 17. Still a child. Your father has a duty to put your needs before his wants, at least for the next year. But I can't imagine my parent cutting me off from life-saving medicine no matter what age I am. The fact that your father tried to justify all this by saying it's your problem, responsibility, since you're 17 is absolutely disgusting. NTA. Your dad doesn't have a credit card he could use for your meds? Any family or friends you can reach out to for help? How dare you want to live? You are so selfish. Your father is an addict. Is there anywhere else you can stay? NTA. NTA. On the assumption that his drugs are recreational as opposed to medical. That's a dick move on his part. I don't know whether the drugs are fogging his brain to comprehend this properly. And I have no way of knowing. I'm not a medical professional, so I won't speculate. But I hope he gets a grip and behaves more like a father should. You're right for wanting to ensure your life-saving meds are available, and as you're a minor, your primary caregiver should prioritize this. Good luck, Op. I hope it gets resolved ASAP for you. NTA. Actually, it sounds like your dad is starting to get out of control on the drugs. Like manipulating these things. I'm actually on the point that if it continues to upgrade from this is going to be a serious problem more than just 1 month forget. NTA. You can involve the county. If you are in America, and they will take care of you. You need to do it before you are 18 or you are truly on your own, but if you go before 18 they will help you till you are 21 or on your own. Absolutely NTA. 1. Call your doctor immediately and explain what has happened and see if there is any way he can help get you a refill to start. 2. Your dad is a drug addict and putting out guilt trips is how addicts deflect being called out. Everything you said was right and you hit a nerve. Any other adults you can bring into this? Your grandparents, aunts, uncles. And maybe get help getting him to rehab? Either way, respond saying, the only reason you were upset at what I said is because you know it's the truth. You literally put your recreational drugs above my life-saving prescriptions. Period. No nice way to say that. And really I don't need to be considerate towards an addict, only supportive if you get help. NTA. You have a medical condition and need this medicine to stay alive. You are a minor and he is responsible for your care. You are not being selfish. Your dad is completely deflecting the guilt, blame here. The only one being selfish is him. It's not selfish to need life-saving medication. It's selfish to put your own recreational drug habit above your child's health and life. NTA. Info. You live in the UK, correct? How are you paying money for prescription medicine when it is free for under 18s? NTA. And OMG. You're not being selfish. You just want to live. It's the absolute most basic need. I suggest you read between the lines of his response. Though, he's already unable to prioritize your basic needs over his addiction while you're still a minor. And he's required to be responsible for you. Expect that he's not going to bother at all once you're 18. Or at minimum will use your adulthood as an excuse. So you need to get help for yourself starting now. Also protect your money and valuables, including your medication.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. AmITheAsshole is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.